Are you guys doing van life, camping, off the grid? Then this video is for you. What's going on, guys? My name's Chris. I'm back with you with another unboxing and review video. Obviously, the lid is already off of it because I had to do a little sneak peek. This is gonna be for a beefy portable power station. This is the SKA1500W-T, which is their beefiest one by the company Sungzu. But it doesn't just stop there. I actually have two portable, foldable solar panels. So you're not gonna wanna miss this entire video, so watch it to the end. AC frequency output power. It has Type-C output, USB output, DC output, battery percentage, high and low temperatures, input power, and AC adapter or car adapter charging, and solar panel charging. The continuous output power is 1500 watts. I'll give you a couple of time frames to give you an estimation about how beefy this is. It can power an LED light, a 28 watt, for 40 hours, a fan 60 watt for 20 hours, a laptop 75 watt 16 hours, a 50 watt refrigerator for 30 hours, a 80 watt television for 15 hours, a microwave oven 1200 watt for 1 hour, a mobile phone with a 3000 milliamp battery for 105 times charging it, and a drone with a 4480 milliamp battery 25 times. Just like all my videos, guys, in the description box right below the video is gonna be this exact same product linked up. They do have two different models, and they do have the solar panel option as well, especially for van life. I'm gonna be showing you that in this video, so watch it all the way through for my examples. Without further ado, let's see what we have inside. Let's show you the solar panels. Alrighty, this is the main unit, and this is a nice compact design, but again, this is a beefy model coming in at a hair over 17 inches long, 6.5 inches wide, and 10 inches tall. Now here's some super important specifications that you guys might want to pause as I slowly go ahead and just scroll through this here. There's the volts, 500 watts max solar panels, charging time to charge the unit. There's your DC outputs and your voltages and currents, your continuous output, product capacity, your product size in millimeters, net weight, that's about 33 pounds. Battery life has 6,000 cycles on it. Working environment, so on the sides and the top with a handle, which is very convenient. So here's the side of the unit. We have our two plug ports right here on the back of the unit. Nothing on the sides except for the logo, USBs, USB-Cs, two of each, your USB on and off button right here, your DC on and off button right there, and your AC on and off button right up top with our flip up port for your cigarette adapter. Also in that large box, you're gonna have some small boxes, but we've already brought them out. Right here, you have your power supply with your wall cable here, your plug input here, nice long cable length there, being able to charge the complete unit, your solar panel hookups here, and your car charging power supply here. Or in most cases, your van life cigarette power adapter there to charge it. And lastly, they give you a very nice travel bag for your power station here. It has handles, and when you open it up here, it actually has an over-the-shoulder strap as well with hooks on it, which is nice and large. And inside it has little compartments over there for your different accessories, and it is Velcroed as well to keep those in there. Now we have our foldable SD140 solar panels. Again, I have two of these. Let's show you one. They're both going to be the same. So this is it out of the box. You have a handle right up top right here. You also do have a Velcro little strap here to be able to rig it up wherever you need to rig that up on. You have your Velcro right here. That opens up. Again, this is a 140 watt foldable solar panel. Each one of these is. I have two once again. So now we're gonna go ahead and lay this out on the floor. The open circuit voltage is 50 volts. The working voltage is 40 volts. The working current is 3.1 amp max. The weight is 5.5 kg. That's about 12 pounds, 2 ounces. Let's go ahead and look at the back here. Once again, you have another hook clip here with Velcro, and then you also have your bag on the back of it here, which also has clipped on Velcro, and all your adapters and cable plugs here, which these are attached, so do be a little careful. These ones here obviously are attached to the solar panel. If you are curious, which if you're gonna do a van build, you might need to know this. That's about, guesstimation, 3.5, 4 foot from the connection inside the bag all the way to the tip. But then again, you have another foot with each positive and negative connection here. And with each solar panel, they give you 2 carabiners, 4 type tent hooks. So if you use the carabiners, you have little hooks up here and on the other side over there to the left. The size folded up, let's get you some quick specs, is a hair under 23 inches, which is about 1.25 inches under 2 feet. You got about 15 1/4 inches for the width, and super thin with the pouch bag in the back, but just the panel, you're looking at under 1 inch, again, with your handle on top. All right, with it laid out on the ground here, you have 4 panels. There are 2 hooks here on the bottom, and again, like we saw, 2 hooks here on the top for your carabiners. Each panel on the back does have Velcro connection. As we turn this one over, sorry, my floor is a little dusty, has one there and has one here, as we've already seen. Let's go ahead and unfold that once again. Now the Velcro straps is for mounting like this there with your tent spikes, which we're gonna see in just a little bit. Each panel is approximately 21 inches by almost 13. The total, including the little flap on the top all the way to the bottom, is gonna be 67 inches. And with a width of hair under 23 inches wide. Super thin when it's laid out. All right, right now I have the unit charging, and I do want to let you guys know that it does kind of sound like a robotic vacuum on the floor here as it is charging. So you have your little power supply here putting off with a fan, of course, right here. And then our plug-in goes right in the bottom. And on camera, these are twinkling, but not in person. It's just the light mode of the LED to filming on camera. If you're seeing a twinkle on the LED lights. If you were to do solar panels, it would go in right here to charge the unit. We're seeing an input right here of 258, 256, 246, 258 as it is charging 94%, almost done. And again, it's just putting off a little bit of noise here as it is charging. I'm going to go ahead and be quiet for one moment. So if you can hear that on camera, and then it's putting out some air on both the ventilation side here and over here on this side as well, while it is charging. The unit is not hot at all, but it just sounds like a robotic vacuum on normal mode. It's not too loud, but just letting you know it does put off a little bit of noise while it is charging. All right, this is where it gets super cool. Okay, so again, remember that this unit right here is 1500 watt. Right now, we're at 923, and it's fluctuating just a little bit, 917, 922, 60 hertz right here. Obviously your battery indicator right there. Right now, I am powering on 1000 watt space heater right here. As you can see, it's coming out the bottom. This is up to 1500 watt, but I only have it on 1000 right now. So it's not even pushing out 1000 right here. And I'm powering my 65-inch Vizio television. And I even have some spare wattage to be able to recharge my drone battery if I really wanted to. I have a power strip connected to the back of it that has my television and space heater plugged into the power strip, plugged in right in the back of my unit here. And then when you're ready to roll, you just hit AC on. Obviously, your batteries are going to go down quicker with powering a lot of appliances. That's why I would highly recommend the solar panels. You do have your car charger as well for van life or your car if you're camping. We're going to show you those solar panels connected in just a second. Now it does have actually a cool feature if you are light sensitive. So you touch like the side here and see how it brought it up. And so if you need more light, you touch it and then it automatically goes dimmer after about 30 seconds or so. So just know that if this is right next to your bed in your van, camping, that those do dim, which is very nice. Now, something to keep in mind, just as we just saw it dim there, as we saw earlier in the video about when it was plugged in charging, it was making a fan noise, and it's actually making that same noise being able to cool. Again, this is now on 92% and absolutely no warmth on it, no heat at all. It was pretty cold in my shop where I was storing this last night, but just know that as you're running your appliances, that it is making that same noise out the back once again. Like we heard, again, it's not over the top. It'd be a nice noise machine if you are going to be running that on low wattage for a small space heater. Now, something that a city slicker like me doesn't really realize until he comes out and moves out to the country is that you need battery powered operating tools. And so if I'm working in my back acreage, I need electricity. I can actually recharge not only my drone batteries, but my battery-powered lawnmower or battery-powered tools, and keep my power station charged with my solar panels. So that's also something to consider. You construction workers out in the rural parts, if you don't have a power station already, I would highly recommend one for your construction truck if you're going battery-powered tools, which a lot of people are actually starting to do that now. I'm seeing more and more battery-powered tools, even in the city, rather than bringing in the compressor or hooking up electrical cords. Now I'm doing a bunch of construction, so I'm in my fixer-upper, and I'm out in the country, so if my power were to go out, I do not have a backup generator, but I do have my backup power station now, which is awesome. I'd be able to keep my food cold until power was restored. I'd be able to have internet, heat. So I've just turned off my heater, and check this out. Now just the television, look at that. That literally knocked it down to 78 watts instead of low 900s. So the heater, this beefy space heater, definitely takes up a lot of juice. Let's see, we're at 84, back down to 66. So it's kind of fluctuating. I think it's actually on the wallpaper zone right there. Okay, so that we can see here. So yeah, low wattage on the television, that's cool. So watching TV, you could watch a lot of TV, that's for sure. And also something I just realized is that once I turned off the electric heater that was using a lot of wattage, it actually became dead silent as I'm watching my television. So just keep that in mind. It hits a certain wattage, and then the fan kicks on to keep the unit cool. And don't forget, you do have the cigarette adapter to be able to charge your unit back up if you're out in an area. Just be careful about draining your car's battery. If you do that, you might want to run it for a little bit, making sure that alternator is charging the battery. All right, I'm in my shop here, but let's go ahead and show you my battery-powered lawnmower batteries if I were out in a rural area with your construction tools. So again, I'm gonna flip on AC. Fan's gonna run for just a second, and then it's gonna go ahead and die off there. And let's go ahead and show you here. We got my Craftsman charger plugged in the back of the unit. It is powered up. And I'm gonna slide in my 40-volt battery. Go ahead and click that in. I'm using one hand, and now we are charging. Very nice. It took very little battery percentage, fully charged my 40-volt 2-amp battery. Let's go ahead and mow the lawn a little bit. All right, forgive the wind, but I got one panel hooked up with the carabiners latched up on the back of my van, and we are charging. I'm gonna go ahead and leave just one panel up and see what happens, and then we're gonna go ahead and hook up the second one, and we'll show you how to do that. I'm gonna be blocking a little bit of the panel. It's a little tricky to see if the sun's coming right at it, and it's showing right there the input is the solar panel as the battery is charging. Again, a portion of the panel is not getting direct sunlight right over here. All right, just by bringing it out a little bit with my hand, I'm looking at it here, and we've jumped to 70 watts, 6870. So make sure that is in direct sun and not getting cut off with some shadowing coming around the panel here. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little voiceover. Was having some microphone issues, so we're gonna go ahead and talk you through this here. I'm hanging out with my dog, Berea, having a hot cup of coffee. Got my solar panels right here. We got them hooked up with the Velcro tent straps. We'll show you that in just a second. Sitting in front of my van here, I'm actually going to be doing a full van build. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel for that build and hit a thumbs up button on this video and stay tuned for that. As you can see, it's kind of gutted right now, but we got our solar panels out front, and these panels and power station are going to be a huge benefit to this van build. Not only are we getting direct sunlight right now with it angled properly, we're going to show you how it's hooked up. It's actually a really windy day. You can see, well, actually camera right there shaking a little bit. So it's a really windy day, very sturdy. I have tent spikes in the back one, no tent spikes in the front one, and they're doing a great job not falling over at all. Again, you can hang it from the van, you can hang it by the carabiners, or you can put them out like I'm doing right now. I would recommend this for direct sunlight, or carabine it if your van is angled just right, or mount them above on top of your van. I'm actually going to be probably doing that with a nice little Trex deck. Now looking at the power station right here, again, the cords are nice and long, so you can have the power station next to you or have it in the van if you want. It's not super long, so just go ahead and do that accordingly. We have our tent spikes in here. That one up front, again, doesn't have any tint spikes, even on this windy day, has not fallen over. Sorry, again, I'm not sure if my microphone's working properly here, but I do want to show you this. Both panels right now are charging this with 201, 202, 203 watts input charging power. 205 it just went up to. That is absolutely fantastic. The unit is running with its fan on, just like we saw earlier in the video, and then it kind of goes to a little bit of a standstill and then comes back up, but more of a constant running, of course, when it's plugged into a power source. But I have heard it fluctuate a little bit, softening that fan noise, and the unit's been going for quite a while, sitting in the direct sun, and it's not even warm to the touch. That fan does a great job. Alrighty, we fully charged our unit. We're at 100%. It's been a little while since I last checked in with you. And obviously the panels are in the shade now of the van. Just that slight corner over there has a little bit of sun. But overall, I'm very impressed with the unit. The panels did a great job. So the only cons that I do have with the unit is that I do wish this was, even with the touch panel, bringing it a little bit more light. I wish that was a little bit brighter with the direct sunlight. It's not that big of an issue, especially if you're gonna have it indoors or at nighttime. The other little con, which is not that big of a deal at all, just go with colors, and I had to double check with the instructions, is when you're connecting it to the solar panel input, just go, again, by the colors. On the very bottom, it has this plus button, which is kind of hard to see, but it has a little plus right where my thumb is, and then on this side, it's a minus, but it says minus right here. So you know black is minus, but then on the black input plug, there's a little plus button right there, a little plus symbol, I should say. And it's the same thing on the red one. Unfortunately, the manufacturer switched that, so don't go by that. Go by red to red, black to black, just like we are normally used to, instead of looking on the back of the plug, because look at this one is red, and it has a little negative right there, but then has a positive on the red. So again, don't go by that little symbol, just pay attention, red to red, black to black. Instructions say the exact same thing. Bria likes it, I like it. Guys, it's been a great unit. I'm looking forward to my van, building it out. So again, subscribe to the channel for that. Again, this same exact power station will be linked in the description box below of the video. They have their 2 different models. They might even have more units now. Check out what they have to offer, read more about it, pick one up yourself. But guys, just like all my videos, please don't go into debt for anything that I do make a video about. But if you have the cash and it intrigues you, go ahead and purchase on away. Hit that thumbs up button also if you wouldn't mind on your way out. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Check out your links below. Bye-bye. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.